Hello, and thank you for your interest in the effect of child picky eating on parental feeding practices or style in SNAP and non-SNAP families with preschool age children. This is also known as the Parent and Toddler Health Study. You are probably watching this video because you saw a flyer or someone at your child's preschool told you about the study. This video will go through the consent form, and if you have any questions, please feel free to email or call us, and we will have our phone numbers and email addresses at the end of this video. We're recruiting 84 parent-child dyads. This means parent and child pairs, to understand how parent and child mealtime behaviors influence each other. We're also interested in how economic factors change or impact your mealtime behaviors. The specific purpose of this sub-study is to measure your child's height and weight, so we can see how their development changes with mealtime behaviors. We're conducting this study at your child's preschool. If you agree to allow your child to participate, you'll receive $15 as an Amazon gift card, and your child will receive an age-appropriate toy. If you additionally choose to complete the online surveys, you'll receive $25. There's a separate consent form for the online surveys that you'll be prompted to fill out if you're interested in filling out the surveys. That is, it's the first page of the survey. If you complete the surveys and allow your child's anthropometrics to be measured, you'll get a total of $40 in Amazon gift cards, and your child will get a small toy. What we're asking to do is to measure your child's height and weight. This is very similar to how your primary care provider measures your child's height and weight at their annual checkup. We'll ask your child to remove his or her shoes and any heavy outer clothing. That would be something like a big coat or ski bibs. We'll ask your child to stand on our scale. The scale will measure their weight. We'll also ask your child to stand up nice and tall, and we'll use a stadiometer, which is like a long measuring stick, to measure their height. Your child shouldn't feel any pressure, or may feel a small amount of pressure, but it would feel a little bit like a hat on their hair. We'll repeat our measurements 3 times to make sure we got the best result. The disclosure of risks. This research is minimal risk. This means the risks aren't more than what you or your child experience at a routine visit to your primary care provider. But it's important that we go through those risks. There is the risk that your child may feel bored while we measure your child's height and weight. Sometimes people feel embarrassed when getting their height and weight measured, but we're trained professionals and we'll create a positive and comfortable environment no matter what your child's height and weight are. Although unlikely, there is a risk of loss of confidentiality. We do everything we can to prevent this from happening. We never connect your child's data with any of your personal identifying information or their personal identifying information, something like their name, your phone number, birth date, anything like that. In fact, we try not to record your child's name at all, except for on this consent form. Your child's data will only be associated with a random participant ID. We also keep your and your child's data stored securely in confidentiality. We use servers through the University of Wyoming with 2-factor authentication to protect you and your child's data. Authorized persons from the University of Wyoming and members of the Institutional Review Board have the legal right to review your research records and will protect the confidentiality of those records to the extent permitted by law. There is an important caveat to this, or a special circumstance. We have to break confidentiality if your child reports or if there are signs of child abuse. This may result in a loss of confidentiality. However, we do not ask your child any questions about abuse. Although it's very unlikely that your child will be injured because of the study, the University of Wyoming has no program or plan to provide treatment for research-related injury or payment in the event of a medical problem. In the event of a research-related injury, please contact the principal investigator, Dr. Grace Shearer. The phone number is provided here. The level of risk for transmission of COVID-19 is unknown. The research activities will utilize accepted guidance and standards for mitigating the risks of COVID-19 transmission. Due to the online nature of this study, we feel there's a very low transmission risk, and given that we're measuring in your child's preschool, the transmission risk really depends on if there are any children in the preschool with COVID. While there are no direct benefits to you or your child for participating in this research study, we will compensate you for your child's time and effort. You will receive $15 for your time, and your child will receive an age-appropriate toy or book, kind of like at the dentist's office. If you choose to fill out the surveys online, you'll receive $5 per survey, for a total of $25. Like I mentioned before, there's a separate consent form for the online surveys that you'll be prompted to fill out if you're interested in filling out the surveys. Participation in research and in this research study is voluntary. Refusal to participate will involve no penalty or loss of benefits to which you're otherwise entitled, and your child may discontinue participation at any time. That is, your child and yourself do not have to participate. Participation is voluntary. Withdrawing from the study will not have any consequences on your child's relationship with the University of Wyoming. In addition to your permission via your signature on this sheet, your child will be directly asked if he or she wants to be in the study. If your child does not want to be in the study, he or she will not be included in the study, and there will be no penalty. If your child initially agrees to be in the study, he or she can change their mind later without any penalty. You or your child can stop participating at any time. This study is being conducted by the Shearer Lab at the University of Wyoming. The Shearer Lab researches how children grow and develop and what puts children at risk for excess weight while they're growing. This study has been reviewed and approved by the University of Wyoming Institutional Review Board. For questions about your rights or any dissatisfaction with any part of this study, you can contact the IRB anonymously if you wish. So what does it mean if you sign this piece of paper and agree to let your child be in the study? Well, it means that you've been informed about this study's purpose, procedures, possible benefits, and risks, and you've received a copy of this form. You have been given the opportunity to ask questions before you agree to allow your child to be in the study, and you've been told that you can ask questions at any time. By agreeing, you are allowing your child to participate, but you are not waiving any of you or your child's legal rights. If you're interested in participating in this study, please either download or print this form, print your name, your child's first and last name, just in case they don't have the same last name as you. Please provide your email address or an email address that you would like us to send your Amazon gift card to, and please provide a signature and the date. Thank you. And please reach out to us if you have any questions or concerns at any time.